Hello, beautiful souls. Today, I want to dive into something a little different. Last weekend, I had the most profound experience of my life. I participated in an ancient ceremony in which I was shown the answers to many of the questions that I have had for all my life. And so I'm going to do things a little differently. I'm transitioning to talk about some of what I learned. If you're a subscriber to this channel, then you already know that I am co-authoring a novel with my husband Dustin. The Book of Eon, an alchemical novel, is due for publication in June of 2025. This book has a distinct metaphysical aspect to it, and a lot of what the book contains is what I have learned on my own spiritual quest, which I began in earnest around 1984. The answers that I received during the ceremony will also make their way into the book. I'm pretty sure of that. However, here's the thing. I realized I need to share more of my spiritual perspective here because it's what I'm called to do. I hope that some people find what I have to say useful. If any of this resonates with you, consider subscribing to my channel, as I will be doing a lot more of these videos in the future. So today I want to touch on a very specific topic, something that touches the core of who we are. It's a topic that may challenge how you see yourself and the world around you. Here's the thought that I want to share with you. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. You might wonder, why do I say that? Well, most religions believe in the existence of the soul. Christianity believes that the soul is immortal and that we will be judged by God after death, evaluating the human life that we led and the acceptance of Christ as our personal Savior to forgive all sins. Islam holds that the soul is created by God and that it continues after death, awaiting judgment. Judaism views the soul as created by God and living on after death. Hinduism believes in an eternal soul called Atman that undergoes reincarnation based on karma. Jainism teaches that every living being has a soul which is eternal and experiences reincarnation. Buddhism is a little different. Whilst not directly believing in a soul, it still believes in a continuum of consciousness, a consciousness that endures beyond the physical form. No matter what religion you follow, the chances are that you believe that we are an eternal being and that we outlive the physical body of this lifetime. So take a moment to think about the implication of that point of view. Let me ask you this. Who are you? When most people reflect on this question, the first thing they think of is themselves in human terms. Perhaps you identify as male, or as female, or as gender fluid for that matter. Maybe you define yourself in part by the stage of life you're in. Are you a young adult, middle-aged, or in the later stages of life? Perhaps your identity is tied to your profession, or to your role as a parent, being part of a married couple, being part of an unmarried couple, or being a singleton, or by your choice not to have children at all. All of these definitions center on the idea of being a human being. But what if we shift our perspective? Most religions and spiritual philosophies agree that we are more than just our human identity. They suggest that we have a soul and that we are an eternal being. But what if we went one step further and said we don't just have a soul, we are soul? What's your reaction to that statement? As you try it on, what comes up for you? Have you really thought about what it means to be soul? Back when I was a teenager, I used to go to church every single Sunday, and I was very active in my church. At that point in my life, I believed that I had a soul and that my soul was going to heaven. I saw my soul as something that would somehow detach from me and drift off to heaven at the end of my life. If you're thinking along the same lines, think about that for the moment. What is your soul? If you believe in the existence of soul, could you entertain the idea that you are the soul? Instead of thinking, I have a soul, perhaps it's time to say, I am a soul. On my own journey, I came to realize that we are not just human beings with some kind of external spiritual essence hovering around us. We are the spiritual being. This consciousness, this thinking, this thought that I have, that's it. That is me. That is soul. Our human body is simply a vehicle, a vessel for this deeper, eternal aspect of ourselves. And when we embrace that truth, we begin to live differently. We begin to live more fully, more connected to our true purpose. So the next time that you're asking yourself, who am I? Try answering from your soul's perspective. Try saying, I am soul. I promise you, it will change everything. If this message has resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know how you see yourself. Are you a human being with a soul? Or do you feel a shift in understanding that you are the soul? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay connected for more spiritual conversation like this one. And if you're ready to explore your own spiritual journey on a deeper level, stay tuned. I've got some exciting programs coming up, and I'll dive into that very topic. Don't forget to visit the Book of Eon website and subscribe there if you want to hear more about the publication date of our novel.